Here's the thing. Y'all, my viewers, my subscribers, my supporters, are very patient with me. You are willing to sit through weeks of my reviewing, fruit brandies and American malt whiskeys and stuff, but I know what you really want. The analytics do not lie. What you want is Jamaica, and specifically you want Hampden. So let us give the people what they want. Today, let's do some Hampden. In this bottle is the brand new Hampden Overproof, the HLCF Classic, 4-year-old. I am still trying to hunt down a full bottle of this. It hasn't really come out in the US yet, and online options are very limited, but I'm going to review it anyways. Now, what I'm currently sipping on is the old Overproof. I'm not going to give this a full review because, I flipped out for it once. I feel like I don't need to do that again. I just want to kind of refresh my palate with this stuff because it's so darn good. It's just so edgy and nervous, as we would say in wine. I adore this bottle. I have a couple of backups lying around. And I will say, as the semi-replacement, this HLCF Classic has me a little bit worried because it is younger. The old Overproof was 6 years old. This is 4 years old. The old Overproof was a blend of several different marques, ranging from the lowest ester up to the very highest. And this new one is probably going to be more expensive. So yeah, I'm worried. That being said, I trust Hampden at this point. I consider Hampden to be not only one of the best distilleries in the world at the moment, but maybe one of the most important in the sense that if you want to buy, especially in the US, if you want to buy a traditional Jamaican pot still rum, they are kind of the only ones that have a really consistent and available and high quality range out there. And you say, well, hey, Appleton is out there. Appleton mainly does blended rum. They got some pot still stuff out there in very expensive limited releases, but they mainly do blended rum. Worthy Park is trying. They're still a young distillery, and I found their official releases to be a little bit uneven. Some of them are really, really, really good. I adore their white Overproof, but they're improving. Put it that way. And there's some cool I can't really think beyond those. I can't really think of another distillery in Jamaica that's really trying to put out an official range, especially in the US. There's some cool blends and stuff. You've got the old standby Smith and Cross, which, despite the terrifying color, is still pretty solid. You've got Vellet's new Papillon. But really, if you want a single distillery and you want to go to your local shop and spend 60, 70, under $100, say, on a bottle of pot still rum that's going to blow your face off with how awesome it is, that's Hampden. I mean, that's just what they do. So I trust them, even though I'm a little bit worried about it. Okay, enough babbling on my part. Let's stick our nose into this and see what we got. Ooh. So first thought, this is extremely briny. Yeah, there's lots of maritime seashells and vanilla. But then there's the Hampden. What we have to remember about this new bottle is it's basically a 4-year-old version of this stuff. Rum Fire, also made with the HLCF marque. Whence my thinking of, I'm just supposed to put this aside, my occasionally referring to this as a reference to my friend's PM Spirits as Rum, Fire, Evil Force. So we're getting up there in the esters. We're just starting to cross the threshold into high ester territory, and you can tell. So yeah, lots of classic Hampden notes: cherry cola, fennel, orange peel. Oh, it's overripe fruit, overripe pineapple. But then there's the esters. Then there's a note I use particularly in Hampden, well, really Trelawney, because Long Pond can do it too, which is this kind of flowers turning into rocks and then back again. It's this, I don't know how to describe that note other than that. I first noticed it in DOK, their highest ester, but it's really there throughout the high ester range. Yeah. Rocky flowers or flowery rocks. Quite a lot of fruits. Blueberries, pears, but then like hot solder, new car plastic, but like nice new car, like something German. A little bit of like engine exhaust, like a two-stroke engine, like an old Saab. Some prime plantain. Woodiness, not too. I mean, look at the color on this. This is very, very light on the wood. I mean, it's there if you go looking for it. You got some vanilla, you got some sweet tea, but it's really just an accent to the event. Nice. This is a really nice nose. Does it measure up to the old Overproof? I don't know. Hampden. All right, let's see this. Let's see how we go on the palate. God damn. Okay, so I had my doubts. I knew this was good. I didn't think this would be great. I think I might have been wrong. Let me try this again. Oh, man. Okay, so how do I sum this up? Strong aroma baijiu. Luzo Lao Jiao at its best. But then smush a bunch of lane cake into that. Lane cake is a note I've used before. It's a southern thing. Look it up. Lane cake. Very, very boozy, nutty southern cake. Cherry cola. The rocks. The rocky flowers, flowery rocks thing is definitely in play. Also the cherry cola. God, it's so intense. It doesn't have the edginess of old Overproof. It's not like... In some ways, it's a more composed rum, but it's just... It's just so intense. Blueberry, orange rind, vanilla latte, fennel, tons of black pepper. Even a little mintiness. So fennel and mint can only mean one thing: hippie toothpaste. The seashell thing again, those maritime elements. There's just some weird, fun stuff. Sweet potatoes, like roasted sweet potatoes. Really more the skins than the insides. What's getting me about this is less the notes than the behavior. It is so intense, and the development is really, really good. The mouthfeel, the finish are really good. If I were to start poking holes in this, the mouth length, how far back the event happens in my mouth, is a hair bit short. It is going back into my throat, but not too far back. Keep your mind out of the gutter. Yeah, it's just lightly sweet and fruity and vanilla on the palate when it first arrives, and then wham, it just fills up your whole mouth. Stunning. This is real good. Let me try Old Overproof one more time. Old Overproof actually has more wood on the nose than this new guy. They're actually pretty close. Old Overproof is, yeah, I don't know what word I would use other than like edgy, nervous. It's got, it feels like it's moving in many different directions, whereas the new HLCF Classic is much more composed. It's much more directed in a way. All right, let's add some water to this. We'll come back to it. At least 5 squirts. I mean, the mouth length is the only thing I'm complaining about. I'm expecting water to take care of that. Oh, and it kind of already is. Jesus. This might need 5.5. No, I'm going to stop there. All right, so yeah, what am I going to talk about? I don't want to go through my entire Hampden history again. Like, it's there in the videos. Yeah, I mean, why the fact that y'all are watching this, and more of you are watching this than have watched my American Malt series, does, beg the question: why do the videos on, the side stuff, why not just focus on Jamaica and the whatever scotches that are getting the most views? Why not do that? Even my, well, because I want the weird content to be out there, because I want it to be kind of available for people who are randomly Googling around looking for information about stuff. Even my wife asks some, like, she'll be like, well, why do you make 2 videos a week? Like, you have a full-time job, you have 2 small children to put to bed every night. Like, you have no time for this. What are you doing? Just take that extra time to make 1 video, polish it, cut out the ums and ers, do some proper production work, put some, titles down there, some pictures on the side up here. You'll get better numbers. I agree, but I want the weird stuff to be out there. I mean, so one thing, if y'all have ever watched the old Wine Library TV with Gary friggin' Vaynerchuk before he made $1 million on Twitter or whatever it was, you are aware that I steal a lot from old school Wine Library TV. There are a lot of problems with it. There are a lot of problems with, aside from Gary Vaynerchuk being incredibly obnoxious, even before he became like a, investment guru bro. There are problems beyond that. But what I liked about them is that they did like 5 videos a week on different stuff. Like, and when you are putting out content at that volume, you have to go, deep into the nooks and crannies. You have to get nerdy. You can't just. So, what I noticed about a lot of the popular wine channels now, and like whiskey channels for that matter, is they tend to play it safe. They tend to focus on the bottles, the efforts that are going to get the most hits. Because when you're putting out 1 video a week, you got to get those views, you got to get those numbers, you got to make that money, right? So it makes sense to just do. Let's taste some Oberon. Let's taste some Super Tuscans. Let's taste some Blends. Let's taste some, I don't know, some Lafroig, over and over and over again. And when you're putting out 5 videos a week, you end up saying like, shit, can we do Super Tuscans? No, we did that a week ago. What do we got? What do we got to talk about? And you ended up with videos on like Chinon, on Campania, that just like weren't out there otherwise. And that's how I stumbled across what they were doing. And so despite all the problems with that effort back in the day, like I did appreciate just the fact that they were willing to go deep. They were forced to go deep in the weeds. And I think what forced them deep into the weeds was just the fact they were doing 5 videos a week. So don't fall in the trap of thinking like making a polished, like a good, well-produced, polished video is like the way to is more liberating in a way, because you can get everything exactly perfect. Maybe just forcing yourself to make too much stuff is more liberating, because it forces you to go explore nooks and crannies that you wouldn't have looked in otherwise. Anyways, that's my rant for the day. I will stop talking and get back to this Hampden. I really wish more channels would just forgo the production, which I respect. My wife does that for a living. I absolutely respect that. But just forgo the polish and just put out more stuff and put out more weirder stuff. I try. I got my 2 videos. I can't do more than that. I really can't do more than that. But I try. All right, back to the HLCF Classic. Now with water, it's really the rocks and the flowers that are leading now. I mean, it's basically like, it's a pretty darn perfect, like, modestly high ester Trelawney rum. Like, that's what this smells like. There's some raspberry jam, black pepper, old engine oil. Perfect. But where this was an event before was on the palate, so that's where I'm expecting things to get interesting. Good Lord. So remember how I was complaining about the mouth length before? Not even complaining, just like pointing it out as a could be improved. It has improved. This is now destroying my entire body down to my upper lungs. Wow. Extremely, the pepper comes out, and a little bit more like oaky sweetness comes out. It's outrageously good. This is really good. And it does improve the water. Man. Okay. A little wintergreen happening now. Rocks and flowers are still in play. The fennel, the seashells. But yeah, like I thought the mouthfeel and the finish, they were pretty, and the development were pretty good before. They've actually stepped up a notch. Yeah, this is like, it's oaky Jamaican baijiu is what this tastes like, and it's awesome. I'm gonna give this a 90 plus. Gun to my head, do I like Old Overproof a hair bit better? Yeah, I think I do. But this is spectacular, and it's darn close, and in some ways it's more composed. It's a more coherent effort. Like I kind of like how Old Overproof is just so like both lean and like a little bit all over the place all at the same time. This is not doing that. This is much more. This has much more of a structured story to tell. Yeah. So whatever it is, this is a great rum. It is, and I don't know what they're going to price it at. I hope they can keep it under $100. But if it is under $100, this is absolutely worth it. This is one of the best spirits you can buy, and one of the best like pot still rums from an official range that you can buy. This is real good. Thanks for watching, and cheers.